I got this challenge where I'm cooking a dish from every single country in the world in alphabetical order. And well, I'm in A today still, and I'm cooking food from Austria. And you can see the Alps right there, and there's Germany, Switzerland, Italy, Austria, and the capital is Vienna.
So listen, here's the deal. This is what we should do. You should get off the train with me here in Vienna and come check out the town.
What?
Come on, it'll be fun. Come on.
What I'm making today are two dishes from Viennese cuisine, which is cuisine from Vienna. Firstly is Kaiserschmarrn, which is like this scrambled slash chopped slash shredded pancake. Well, I heard that and I was like, okay, that sounds interesting. I want to make that. I'm gonna make it first for breakfast or dessert or whatever. And secondly is a dish called Tafelspitz, which is a boiled beef dish. It's the king of all beef dishes in Austria. It's considered their national dish. And well, I had never boiled beef before, so I was like, just throw that in there too. So two dishes for the price of one video. I'm getting both of these recipes from the Austria website, so it's direct from the source. 2 scoops of raisins. That's 2 tablespoons. And a dash of rum. Dash of rum in the morning. Probably enough to cover all the raisins, right? That's a little more than a dash. And I'm gonna let that hang out for 15 minutes. 2 mixing bowls, so 6 eggs separated. Egg whites in one bowl. The egg yolks in another. So let me keep the bowl with the egg yolks. Put the other one aside. 350 milliliters of milk in with the egg yolks. And some grated lime rind. Just a little, just enough. Vanilla sugar. It's just like a special purchase. What is it? Just sugar that's flavored, really. 1 packet of vanilla sugar. Whisk it, whisk it. 200 grams, 1 1/3 cup of all-purpose flour. Fold it with my ladybug spatula. Mix it until it's combined. Beat the egg whites with crystal sugar. Now I think crystal sugar is what it sounds like. It's like sugar that's, you know, larger crystals of it. So I don't have that. I don't have anything like crystal sugar. I just have regular granulated sugar. Pinch of salt. With my favorite hand mixer, I'm gonna beat these egg whites until they've reached firm peaks. Once they've kind of started foaming, I'm gonna add my sugar, like 3 tablespoons. 1 tablespoon. Add a little more. 1 more. Done. Firm peaks. I'm gonna fold this into the mix. Cut through the center, fold it over. Cut through the center, fold it over. I don't wanna break any of my precious firm peak air bubbles, so just gentle. Cut through the center, fold it over. Cut through the center, fold it over. Cut through the center, fold it. Let the butter melt and bubble up in 1 large or 2 small coated heat-proof dishes. Let the butter melt up in 2 heat-proof dishes? Pour in the mixture, and after 1 to 2 minutes, scatter the soaked raisins over top. Right? So it's pancakes, so I'm assuming the heat-proof dishes are like 2 frying pans. But like reading further into this recipe, it says bake it for 6 to 8 minutes. So I have a feeling I just go about my business making these as like ordinary pancakes in the frying pans on the stove, and then I put them into the oven afterward. That's what I'm reading from that. It's not very wordy. Oven safe frying pan. Medium heat. Knob of butter. Butter is bubbling. Add the mixture. I made way too much batter. I'm going to just not use all of it right now. After 1 to 2 minutes, scatter the rum-soaked raisins on top. Actually, and the rum, why not? Shit, I gotta flip this. Shit, how do I flip it? This is the biggest pancake I've ever seen. How do I flip this? Come on, come on. Just flip it. Good God. Okay, you're gonna break it all up anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna get this into the oven for 6 to 8 minutes. I think this is what you're supposed to do. 2 forks are just gonna like start tearing this stuff into small pieces. Some sort of grater here and like butter shavings on the very top. Ooh, that's working. About a tablespoon or whatever. Just a little bit of sugar on top as well. Top shelf of the oven. It's gonna caramelize underneath that. Crank the heat. Icing sugar on the very top. No mention of any like maple syrup or anything, but the Canadian in me can't resist. Oh, maple syrup down the hatch. Oh, yeah. And not so fast, we're not done just quite yet. I gotta make some Tafelspitz. Slice unpeeled onion in half widthwise and fry the cut surfaces without fat until fairly well browned. 3,000 milliliters of water. Put together some root vegetables. Got some carrots, sweet potato, baby potatoes, bay leaf, and some peppercorn. That's probably way too many. Add it all to the pot. And the brown unpeeled onion. Bring to a boil. So when translating Tafelspitz means tri-tip, like the cut of beef. The name refers to the cut of meat which is known as the tri-tip. Okay, that's what I meant. Tafelspitz is tri-tip. Mine's already been pre-sliced. I didn't do that, so it's fine. I also have some beef marrow bone. Add the beef and the bones. Turn the heat down, and this is gonna be on a gentle simmer for 2 to 3 hours. For me, probably 2 hours, honestly, but the recipe says just like throw in a bunch of root vegetables. I just threw them all in, but like wouldn't it make more sense if I just, I feel like it would make more sense if I put the sweet potato into the broth like that, in pieces like that, rather than the whole thing. When you're making a beef dish from Austria, you need some oven roasted potatoes. Cut them up, slice them up, cover them with vegetable oil, add some salt, pepper, teaspoon of thyme, teaspoon of rosemary, mix it all together onto an oiled baking dish. I'm gonna bake these initially for 20 minutes. So my boiled beef with, I found here, a German sour cream and dill sauce. Take about a 1/4 cup of sour cream, which I just luckily had in the fridge. Keep it on hand, folks. Chopped dill, also very lucky to have dill in the fridge. You just have stuff in the fridge. It's about 1.5 teaspoons of dill. In with the sour cream, as well as about 1 teaspoon of sugar. Just a little bit of salt and some pepper. Let's give that a mix. Okay, the dill sauce is very interesting tasting. So I'm hoping this lemon juice does the trick. It's still interesting. Give these potatoes a flip. Let's go back into, there's a hole in the oven. Careful everyone. Into the oven for another 10 minutes. Slice up some carrots. They're gonna go into boiling hot water. This ain't gonna take long. Where the hell am I, the sieve? I don't know where I put these things sometimes. I just saw it. Oh, there it is. Drain the carrots. Back to the pot. After 2 hours, and only after 2 hours, do I salt it. Plenty of salt. Make sure it's seasoned. Very interesting. Okay, things are all happening at once. After another 8 minutes, potatoes are done. Crispy and golden brown. Okay, get the freaking pot over here. Let's go digging around for some meat. I think that's all the beef. Where's the beef? It's right there. I'll strain this, skim the fat, and I'll be able to use that for something else. Not today. And order up. I mean, it's seriously lacking in the looks department. I think we can all agree on that. But How does it taste? One asks. I really like it. I am incredibly surprised that I like this as much as I do. I can't get enough. The beef on its own was tasty, yeah, and it was like slow cooked nicely, and it was like falling apart when you, yeah. But for me, what really worked was the combination of everything that I threw on that plate, with the beef, the potatoes, the carrots. I mean, I don't really know what was going on with that dill sauce, but when it was on the beef, and you have like a nice bite of everything, it works. It sings. I don't know how, but it did. Kaiserschmarrn, and Tafelspitz. Scrambled pancakes and boiled beef, and I enjoyed them both. That's all the time we'll be spending in Austria. We're headed to another country next time, Azerbaijan. See you very soon. Tschüss.